Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show where we're asking all the hottest questions, we're getting the hottest answers, and at the same point in time, we're consuming all the hottest sauce. My name's Chris Bily. This is The Hot Seat. So, here we are. I got my friend. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. That's why he's here. I've known this gentleman for quite some time, probably been a few years now.
Yeah.
This is my good friend Bert Aufsesser. We'll have to throw in a little in the background as we continue on with the show. But Bert's here. He's our first guest for the evening. Obviously, it's fitting, you know, knowing you for quite a long time, and you being a patron of the brand, and me being a patron of your brand. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So, dude, just again, just for the crowd that maybe doesn't know you or doesn't know what you do, tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you come from, and what you do.
Nice, yeah. My name's Bert, and I'm the owner and founder of Scholars and Champs, which is the biggest thing we're known for is our vintage Syracuse merchandise. Very popular with the students, but with the locals as well. I'm actually originally from San Diego, California, but I went to college here in Syracuse, worked across the country at various high-end retail places, and now ended up back here living my dream, owning my own business.
Living the dream. So, dude, Cali guy, all the way to Cuse. I mean, what brought you here? It wasn't just like on a whim, you like decided to move from like sunny California and having a great time to coming to Syracuse where you're just, in winter for 9 months out of the year. Yeah,
everybody's always surprised. They're like, how could you leave San Diego, which is the most beautiful weather, and come all the way to Syracuse, which is the snowiest weather? But I love it here. I love the people. I love the things to do. And my dream is, to own my own business. So I was able to accomplish that. And
you are an SU, you're an SU grad, right?
I'm an SU grad.
Proud alum. Go Orange.
Proud alum.
And shit. So tell me, dude, what was the one thing, for you? Obviously, you went to school. What did you go to school for?
I was in the business school. My major was retailing.
So why? I mean, were you just in fashion? You just had a really close tie to like the industry? You'd worked in there a lot when you were younger?
Yeah, I worked, various high-end retail stores. I worked for Nordstrom, I worked for Neiman Marcus, I worked for Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills. But it kind of all started when I became the alumni club president in Los Angeles for Syracuse University. And I would come back here for meetings or for a game, and I always wanted to wear something cool, but I could never find anything that I liked that was, fairly good quality and unique. So I said, I can do better than this, and just started collecting old vintage stuff. I had my mom sew a bunch of stuff together, and next thing you knew, I had a whole storage facility just full of orange Syracuse gear.
So being from LA, Beverly Hills, you got your start there. You were beating the streets, working at Neiman Marcus and all these other joints, right? You'd run into celebs a lot, wouldn't run into celebs a lot. I mean, it seems like you're on that Beverly Hills, like, okay.
Yeah, working, high-end retail, and I was actually the ladies' shoes manager for all those years too. So,
I would never point a finger on you being a ladies' shoes manager.
No, that was my thing, and it's almost easier for you to say who do you like in terms of celebrities, and I can tell you if I've ever seen them or haven't. I mean, there's
so, dude, out of all the work with retail stores, meeting celebrities, what like top 3 coolest celebs you met like while working in fashion?
I'm a big Kardashian and Jenner fan.
Are you?
So, seeing Kim and Kanye come in the store was probably my highlight for sure.
Both Kim and Kanye?
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
Man, double your pleasure.
Yeah.
And your fun.
Yeah, and it was when I believe she bought for him the Lamborghini Aventador, and they left the store and got in that car carrying the Neiman Marcus bags. It was pretty cool.
Oh, shit.
Second, I guess I would say J-Lo.
Okay.
She's kind of notorious for not being easy to deal with, and you can't really talk to her. But when she came into our store, she was very pleasant, and very friendly. And we sold her a bunch of stuff. And she comes in with Leah Remini, who's another actress, who's her friend. And then third, I guess I would say Britney Spears, just because her career arc has been so up and so down, and it's always the scene when she comes in the store.
So have you been able to, because of your connections in LA and working in retail there, have you been able to, because I know Syracuse University gets a ton of alumni, they do a ton of events, a ton of concerts. There's a lot of film, obviously the film kind of industry in the city is pretty big. Have you been able to leverage some of those relationships to kind of help the store at Scholars and Champs at all?
I got referred twice by celebrities to come in. So the first one was Khalid. He was performing at Block Party at the Dome a couple years ago, and his people, kind of reached out, and he came by the store and bought a bunch of things.
That was probably huge for you.
Yeah,
big turnout, huge crowd.
Yeah, well, him and his backup dancers all bought something, and then they wore it at the show the entire time.
That's awesome.
So it was huge. And then
did they give you a little like Scholars and Champs? Scholars and Champs.
Someone said they heard him say something, but I didn't hear it. I was at the show, but I didn't hear anything. But someone who knew that Khalid had been in the store referred us to Tyler Cameron from The Bachelor, who I had never heard of this guy at the time, but he has, over 2 million followers. He was, kind of a sympathetic character on one of the Bachelor series.
And he popped in.
And he popped in and bought stuff and wore it. I got a picture of him, in the store, and that was my most popular post on Instagram ever.
I feel like I've seen a lot of, just going through your Instagram, knowing who you are, and obviously your connection to LA. I've seen a lot of people that come into town. I feel like anyone who does come into town makes it a point to stop at Scholars and Champs to pick up some SU vintage gear.
We get a lot of touring musicians, comedians, actors, people who are just in town, and they somehow find the store. Vintage clothing is very popular these days, so they come in. Mike Epps was here and bought a Carhartt jacket from us. He was performing at the mall. So yeah, we get a decent amount of people.
So now, going between like Neiman Marcus and these high-end retailers that you were working at, and now you got your own joint, your dream, vintage clothes. What's sort of the upside and the downside in your opinion, as far as, one, you're your own business owner, so that's obviously an upside. That's fucking great, right?
Yeah.
But, downside, is there an upside or another downside to kind of that vintage sort of like paradigm that people are kind of like on now? Do you see that shifting in any way? How's that?
The value of vintage has gone way up. If there were sweatshirts I used to sell for 40, 50 bucks, I'm now selling for 80 or 90.
I see some of the sweatshirts in this fucking kids joint, like 70, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they sell.
They sell.
Yeah.
Holes in the fucking shoulders and everything. 80 bucks. That's the Abercrombie hole.
Yeah.
That's that style. So what's next for Bert? What's next for Scholars and Champs? Is there a Scholars and Champs 2, TOO somewhere?
Yeah.
In a different, city, suburb?
I've definitely thought about opening in another city, but that also presents, a lot more work that has to be done. But I could see starting my own clothing brand. I've done a few things already that were my own designs. I would love to do Syracuse licensed merchandise. There's a big market for that, and I kind of know what the kids want. So that's definitely something that could happen. But if not, just expand. Maybe I get into shoes. Maybe I get into new categories. But for now,
listen, dude, if you need a hand with shoes, I got a lot of shoes. I love buying fucking vintage Jordans and all that, like new drop shit.
Collection,
dude. Bert, the shirt, Bert Aufsesser, Scholars and Champs, dude. Thanks for coming here. I appreciate you, telling us about your story. Obviously, I see a lot of value in it. Welcome to. I should say welcome. You've been here probably longer than I've been alive, to be honest with you. No, but for a long time, and honestly, we appreciate businesses like yours being in the city, dude. So, on that note, I think we're gonna segue into a little series of games. But before I do that, let me make note of our sponsor for the evening and for every episode, which is Hot Stuff Sauce. Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Stuff Sauce. These sauces right here that I see and you see, that I see, that you see, that you all can see. Hot Stuff Sauce. Hot Stuff Sauce may just be the hottest sauce out there, and we don't just mean all the flavor bombs. Whether it be the bold flavors and the little bite of Chihuahua, the noise of the jalapeno, or the punch from the habanero, your favorite hot stuff is just one pour away. Coming in 4 varieties of flavor and hotness, each of these sauces are tasty and sensual as fuck. So, with that being said, you ready?
I'm ready.
So, guys, this is the part of the show in the hot seat where we play a couple games. We're gonna spin this wheel here that we have curated by hand. We've actually fashioned this by hand. I had our director Robbie. He actually cut this out of styrofoam and glued all these little pieces on here. Beautiful, beautiful art, as well as a functioning wheel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin this. And again, there's gonna be 4 different games. We're gonna try to play all 4 of them. We're going to spin, and then once we hit one of the topics in the games, I'm gonna explain to the crew what we do. And again, the point of the game is we're going to answer some tough questions, some hot questions. It's going to get really heated. But at the same point in time, loser's going to take some hot sauce shots. So I'm really not looking forward to that. But Bert is a hot sauce connoisseur, so you're pretty amped about it.
I am. I can't wait.
Here we go. So I'm going to do the first spin, dude. I'll let you do second spin. Here we go.
Good.
Fire away. Bert, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So this is going to be a speed round of trivia questions. It's rapid fire, all about you. I'm going to ask you 10 total questions. If you get 7 out of the 10 correct, you walk away scot-free. You don't got to do a shot of hot sauce. I got to do a shot of hot sauce. I'm not happy about it, but that's the name of the game. You don't get 7 out of the 10 correct, you got to do a shot of hot sauce, and it might be pleasant, it might be unpleasant. It just depends on how your hot factor is. You got a good palate for the hot sauce?
My palate's ready.
Palate is ready. Wow. Haven't heard that the first or the last time. We're ready with the timer. Our esteemed associate, Robbie, is going to start that timer whenever you're ready, Robbie, and go. Here we go. So, Bert, what time was the ribbon cutting ceremony at Scholars and Champs?
3 o'clock?
That's going to be a no. That is 1 incorrect. According to your LinkedIn, how many years did you sell women's shoes for?
I sold women's shoes for 8 years.
8 years, that's correct. I'm going to put it in this pile. That's on the left. Before Bert the Shirt, what nickname did your brother and friends used to call you?
Bert the Flirt.
Bert the Flirt, that is correct. That is awesome, too. What year was your Honda Accord that you drove growing up?
1992?
That is incorrect. That's too wrong. In kindergarten, you used to cry when you were separated from your twin Jason. What instrument did you used to cry under?
The piano.
The piano, that is correct. I used to do the same thing too, no worries. Who was your favorite childhood cartoon character growing up?
Bert from Sesame Street?
That is incorrect. Clifford or Paddington Bear.
Yes.
What was your favorite college basketball team growing up?
Villanova.
Villanova, that's right. What did your brother Jason dress you up as for Halloween 5 years ago? Or what did he dress up as?
Woody Harrelson from White Man Can't Jump?
That is correct. If you and your brother were born as girls, what were your names going to be?
Jamie and Jill?
Oh, that's incorrect. The Bachelorette's Tyler Cameron once paid a visit to your store. What year was that? Month and year.
I don't know. May of 2020?
Oh, that's wrong. Oh, Bert, I am so sorry. You know what? He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Valiant effort, 50%. Of those questions correct. So now, dude, I got a little kombucha here. I'll do a cheers to you with that. And dude, oh, God.
That's pretty hot.
Oh shit, we're just gonna keep going. Let the show keep moving. I want to comment on it, but I am not looking forward to doing hot sauce shots. That was a good one, right? He's already got the, dude.
I got the hiccups.
So, dude, you just took a shot of that reefer. That was wild.
I'm still feeling it.
You got the hiccups? I can see you look a
hiccups.
little uncomfortable. Eyes are a little watery. No sweat from the brow, though. You look still pretty cool, calm, and collective. You're keeping your composure pretty well. So now this time, dude, got done with the first one. I'm going to let you spin the wheel on the second one, and then we're going to play another game. You ready?
Ready.
Let's rock. Spin it. Money, money, money. Whatever I have to do to not take a shot. Ooh, don't get it twisted. So, Bert, this game is called Don't Get It Twisted. In this segment, Bert and I are actually going to be playing a game of Mad Gab. If you've never heard of Mad Gab, fuck you, but you should have. This is where each one of us tries to solve a puzzle. The puzzle is going to sound like gibberish at first. We're going to have to say it out loud to each other. We can both kind of like spitball answers back and forth and try to figure it out. But at the end of the day, it'll all make sense once we keep saying it and saying it and saying it. It forms a phrase. And again, we got to get 5 out of 10, if I'm not mistaken, correct in 60 seconds, or else you and I both have to do another shot of hot sauce. And I am not looking forward to that based off of your facial expressions and your hiccuping that's happening right now. So here we go. So you know what, dude? I'll let you do the honors. You're the guest. I'm going to have our esteemed associate set the timer. Robbie, whenever you're ready. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Artificial and holler gents.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Dimes. Los Angeles Dimes. Can I answer this? Los Angeles Times.
Oh.
No, you're up, dude.
Los Angeles Dimes. Oh.
Help you out.
Rap Hun Sell. Rap Hun Sell.
Rap and Sale? Rapunzel. Weirdo Youth Inc. York owning. Who do you think you're owning? Where do you think you're going? Okay, Bert. Come on, Bert, let's go. Mitt Ellie. Mitt Ellie. Mitt Ellie. I think we surpassed. I mean, we got to get all these right. So, Mitt Ellie. Mitt Ellie. Mitt Ellie. Mitt Ellie. Ah! Italy. Son of a bitch. So did we get 5? Did we not get 5? We didn't get 5. So
how did we not get 5?
I don't know, dude. Fucking A. Dude, 4 out of 5.
We were close.
Yeah, well, we were close, but obviously not far enough. Unfortunately, that means you and I both have to take a shot.
Chihuahua?
I don't know what this is. I think this is both Guava Ghost. So cheers to that, and here we go. Dude,
smooth. That was smooth.
Taking a shot of hot sauce is not like taking a shot. It's just,
feels good. Feels good.
Does it though?
Tasty.
You're saying all the right things, but maybe you're not. I'm gonna spin the wheel for the next game here. My mouth is on fire. I'm gonna see how long this lasts. I'm already getting sweat on my brow. Ready to rock?
Let's go.
Come on, baby. Give me some, ooh, truth or flair. I love it. So truth or flair, Bert, this is the portion of the gaming in the hot seat where I'm gonna ask you one question. You have the option to either tell the truth or you have the option to plead the fifth. However, if you do plead the fifth, you do, kind sir, have to take a shot of hot sauce. And not just any hot sauce.
Again.
Not just the sauces that are on the table. The shit that we didn't even come out with, the Reaper, the hot shit. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready to go. So, question for you, Bert. You've been a resident now in Syracuse for about 10 years or so, give or take, right?
Okay.
You know, depending upon when you left college, right? We're not gonna reveal that truth or mystery out there to the public right now. However, this question, in the last 5 years of your residency in Syracuse, New York, and owning the joint and being a frequent up on campus, which I hear you are often, have you ever taken a girl home that was a student?
I have not.
Man, that was easy. So now do I gotta take a shot at it?
Yes, you do.
No fucking way.
Reaper.
I was trying to get a good one, and that was easy. God damn it. I thought it was gonna be like a.
You only doing Chihuahua anyways.
Yeah, but I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, all right. Lead the fifth. That would have been more interesting content. Cheers to you for being a mensch.
A mensch.
You are Jewish, right?
My dad is.
Well, there you go.
I'm part mensch.
Dude, just the mouthfeel on that is fucking wild.
Spin the wheel again?
We're gonna spin the wheel again. We got one more, I think, game. Hopefully we're gonna land on it. If we do, this will be like the first time in history, for the first time in history that we've done the show, that we've actually done this.
Wow.
So, dude, you got the honors, you got the last.
Fire away.
There we go. Not just the name of a clever game. Get the fuck out of here. Lands on it, and we get the last game of this episode. It's called Hot or Cold. So here's how it works, Bert. We got two pre-prepared statements each about each other in these envelopes that our esteemed associate Robbie, who's right there, just gave us. One is true, one is false. Once stated, the person interrogating has 20 seconds to ask a couple questions about the statement to figure out whether it is true or false, right? And then gives their answer. Again, If you answer correctly, you get away, go home scot-free, slap hands and say, great show. If you don't, you got to do a hot sauce. Could be the Reaper, could be the Guava Ghost for me. But that's how it's going to work. And then we're both going to go home crying to our moms. So, so here we go. So we got two you know what? I'm going to let you do the honors because you are the guest. So that you got two statements. Why don't you read the statements out loud for the crowd, and then you can ask a couple questions, and we'll go from there.
All right. So mine are: I was going to be a Division I athlete for basketball, being recruited by schools until I hurt my knee, or I have known the Kardashians and Jenner since 2006, having worked high-end retail in LA.
I feel as though because of our opening segment, I already know the answer to this, but because I know that you do play basketball, and we played basketball before, right? He's a good hooper. Guy can shoot. You do play hoops, so it's a little tricky for somebody that doesn't know you too well. However, I feel like you spilled the beans at the beginning of the show, and I already know the answer. I feel as though it wasn't the basketball thing, but you definitely know the Jenners, and that is the truth.
You are right.
Thank my lucky stars.
No shots.
No shots of hot sauce for me. So, dude, I got two here for you, and this is about me, and you're gonna have to decipher whether or not these are true or false. These are tricky. I left them very broad. You didn't ask me a lot of questions before either, because that's not the nature of the show. I ask all the fucking questions. You just sit there and answer. So, here we go. One of my hidden talents is singing and playing guitar.
Okay.
My first job in the restaurant business was a server.
I feel like I might already know the answer.
I don't know if you do or not, but if you know the answer already, go ahead and spout it out. You don't have to ask any questions.
What restaurant did you work at as a server?
It was Tully's Good Time.
Okay, and...
You know Tully's, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say that that's the truth. Your first restaurant job was a server.
That is actually false. My first restaurant job was a dishwasher, and as a matter of fact, I do love singing and playing the guitar. Surprisingly, handsome guy like me, who'd have thought?
Reaper?
So, dude, here we go. Last game, Bert's got to do a shot of Reaper. That is, I think, the Reaper. So, painful. You know what? I'm gonna do one shot with Bert just because, as if I didn't have enough.
Cheers.
You're really holding that in pretty well.
It was smoother the second time.
Jesus. It's just so gnarly. Oh, man. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the show. Thank you to Bert for being our guest. I appreciate it. Dude, I appreciate you coming down, answering a couple questions, playing a couple games, taking a couple shots at hot sauce. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show. Make sure to tune in next time. We're going to have some more shows and episodes coming out. My name is Chris. Thanks to Bert, and see you back next time at the hot seat.